And welcome back. Beautiful. Thank you so much for picking that hero at exactly the right time. Welcome back, everyone. Keen Gaming up against For the Dream here in game number 2 of this best of 3. As you can see, the little pips are up. For the Dream lead 1 game to nothing. As we got ourselves through the ESL One Hamburg qualifiers for China. We've already had a couple of best of 3s. We've got this one and another one to go straight after. As the players, they've had their dinner break. They're all ready to go. And Keen Gaming after that game. God, that dinner must have been something special to get themselves into this draft. Get themselves prepped and ready. So that was one hot mess of a Dota 2 video game that we just watched, wasn't it? There's a few messy fights here and there, but hopefully we will calm down, smooth things out, and get ourselves ready for game number 2, as we do have a completely different draft. Kunkka and Earth Spirit this time are the heroes banned out in the first phase, allowing through the Lich and the Venomancer, which were banned previously. So now you have the Lich AA combo with the nasty Poison Nova and that Ice Blast just ruining people in team fights. But then again, Keen Gaming have this laning potential with the Clockwork and Lich, able to kind of hold lanes back, mess up with the equilibrium, maybe deny out a couple of creeps from your opponent's safe lane carry as well. But we'll see exactly what they do with the Clockwork, as we've seen a bit of 4-roll Clock re-emerge, as well as that off-lane Clockwork in the 3-roll.
10 seconds
now,
remaining.
bans again, the Jinkyu Mirana removed, Magnus taken out. I find that kind of interesting. Maybe something that they've seen in scrims, or maybe some CDEC matches. CDEC is, of course, that's the in-house league over in China. We have FPL, FPL Europe and FPL NA. Over in China, they have CDEC, the in-house league, where all of the pros play. We have those nice little mix matches.
Radiant team
The casual puck ban in the second phase. Don't want to get zapped down by that. That freaking Dagon 5 again. That was nasty. And they go for the Tusk this time as they're roaming 4. Pair up nicely with the AA. You've got that long duration on your lockdown, where through Snowball, the Punch. Also the Shards are very good at holding people in place to line up Ice Blasts or Gales. It doesn't really show anything either. 2 supports, and honestly a core hero that can go into any lane. Safe mid off. You can put the Veno anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. King Gaming, they're still very open as well. This, like I said, could be the 4, could be the 3 Clockwork. No real giveaways just yet, but if they pick something like a, I don't know, a Sand King now, you could definitely see that Clockwork move around a bit. But you have to buy a pipe this game. You need a hero that buys pipe this game. I'm not sure if you can get away with one of your supports doing it, or if you need one of your core heroes to go for it. Because there aren't that many core heroes that just want to rush pipe. Necro's out there, but do you want to pick Necro into AA? Into AA Veno? That's pretty nasty. But Necro does buy a pipe. And that's why you pick heroes in Dota 2, because of the items they buy. I don't think there are too many other good options, right? Dragon Knight, we've seen pipes sometimes. Unless you're Eternal Envy buying, like, Arc Warden pipe or whatever, Naga Siren pipe. Oh, Viper and Razor buy pipes. Nature's... I'm going to stop talking about pipes. Nature's Prophet, going to give them some good split push power there, and if For the Dream are aiming for some kind of 5-man group up and just shove down towers, which Venomancer does excel at, Nature's Prophet can split the map and maybe open things up. They've got the pick-off power of the Clockwork to go along with him as well, so they can make up the numbers from a significant range away through hookshot and teleportation to turn, you know, a 3v5 into a 5v5, or a 1v1 into a, hey, we're 3 and you're 1 and you are dead. It's the 4th pick for the Dream. They're going to have to give something away. This is probably one of the most awkward 4th picks I've seen in a long time. Like, what do you do here? If you want this Veno mid, then you need a safe lane and an off lane. So it would be safer to pick your off laner here, something like a Bat Rider, for instance. Very good at catching the Nature's Prophet. There's no Nyx, there's no Kunkka, there's nothing really annoying in the pool that's going to stop you from doing what you want to do. Because they're not going to pick Oracle. They're not well, they can't pick Legion anymore because it's banned. And Oracle wouldn't really fit here.
Team pick.
So they go for the Batrider. It's a nice little pick. 4th pick for Keen Gaming, though. Ooh. Can't really go Drow against Tusk Bat. It's not what you want to do. Even if you have a Fury and Lich. You've got 2 ranged heroes. You're thinking about
10
Drow,
seconds remaining.
but then you immediately forget about Drow. Yeah, not happening.
5
not
seconds
happening.
remaining.
Other directions you could go are the Troll for yourselves this time. Take it away from FTD and just give it to yourselves. Gives you that high ground pushing power. The tower pressure. Also that guy that can just buy a BKB and man up in a fight against the Venom. He is a hero that buys BKB very early on though, so maybe can be susceptible to the game dragging out for too long. And with the Batrider in the game,
Dire team
kind of want to
ban.
buy Lincolns as well. And there's the Weaver. So, Lincoln's buyer. Also a BKB buyer. Maybe we'll see that Dragonlance Diffusal build again this game. Could be a way to go. I mean, honestly, I've been hammering on about Pipe. And the old school build for
10
Weaver was the
seconds
Hood
remaining.
Radiance. We have seen a little bit of resurgence here and there of, you know, Hood on
5
Weaver. Just the Hood,
seconds
not the full Pipe. But it's available for you to think about and go for. I think so far most Weaver builds are very heavily predicated on the damage. You know, buying a Deso or a Diffusal Blade. I think Diffusal has become a lot more popular of late. So something like Lincoln's Diffu, Dragonlance Diffu Blade, something along those lines, and then into the BKB is going to be the likely course of action there for the Weaver. Pipe on Slark, Pipe on Drow. Core Visage buying. Oh, that's a good idea actually. Yeah, Core Visage buys Pipe. That would be nice.
Radiant team ban.
Alright, what's your ban? Viper's removed. Cool. I did say Viper or Razor. Got one of them. Well, honestly, I don't know what you ban here as King Gaming. I'm assuming Venomid.
10 seconds
Batrider off lane.
remaining.
Support task in AA. So I would assume
5 seconds remaining.
FTD are looking for a
Radiant
carry hero.
team
And they ban the CK. Oh, that's a sick ban actually. They have no illusion clear at all. Like literally no illusion clear. And they have to pick first. So if they pick something with no illusion clear, CK would probably have just royally screwed them over.
10
So what
seconds
do you need
remaining.
now? You need your mid hero. You need your middle lane hero.
5 seconds remaining.
This is the thing, you could always swap the Veno around. You could just get that mid matchup that you want, and Veno can just go to any lane he wants to and be just happy as Larry. So you probably want to pick yourself a
Dire
co-op or
team
something
pick.
here, right? Oh, Ember Spirit. Well, what disables do you have right now as FTD? Lasso, Snowball, and Punch? You don't really have good ways to keep this Ember locked down. That's a really nifty pick. 2 very elusive heroes in your 1 and 2 role. A global teleporting
seconds
hero and a
remaining.
pusher in your 3. And you have no hexes or
5
stuns
seconds
really, and
remaining.
no one buys hex on this team. So FTD, in this position, they've actually been put in a pretty awkward spot. Do we try and help out the Veno here with more pushing power? Do we go something like a Terror Blade? Like a Lycan? Just run at our opponents and make sure that they can never get the items they need to become the heroes that they want to be? Instead they go with a Necro.
Now select your
So
heroes.
they'll actually go the Necro themselves as the final pick. It gives them another stun, I guess. Reaper Side. It's there. It's a thing. This is going to be interesting, though. Exactly what's going on with the... So yeah, it's a safe lane... That's a safe lane Necro, right? Mid Veno. Yeah. Off lane Bat. That's how they've set things up. Unless Aggressive wants to swap roles with his old mid lane buddy. Why is it taking so long to get
10
into game?
seconds remaining.
10 seconds remaining for what? Oh, it's
5
strategy time,
seconds
isn't it?
remaining.
Come on. You've bought your wards, you've bought your tangos, you don't need anything else. Let's go. Ooh, I can do that while we're here, so don't waste any time. Perfect. Alrighty-ho. Game number 2. FTD up against Keen. Let's go. Let's go. I beg. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out whose draft is easier to execute. It feels like the Dire team again.
Prepare for battle.
Well, Keen have the Drodo. Nature's Prophet, Null Talisman. How unusual. I've seen a couple of new builds. You know, we've had the Brown Boots Clarity Tango for a long time now. Seen a couple of players fiddle around with Blightstone and a bunch of branches and circlets, all these little stat items like Orb of Venom plus a bunch of stat items. But I've not seen this in a long time. Is this a mid Furion? No. It's an offlane Furion, right? Cool. Let's see what he does with this Null Talisman then. Maybe he's going to drop it in front of his opponents and bait them in, and then block them with Treants, yeah?
30 seconds to
Ember
battle.
mid. Yeah, normal. Clockwork with a PMS. Is this Jungle Prophet? That's a PMS Clockwork with 3 shared tangos. This has to be some strat, right? In they come towards this rune. They can't do damage to the Clockwork because he has PMS.
The battle begins.
They just take the rune. 3 runes. Thank you.
The seas of Moscow forgiven.
What's happening? Oh, Batrider's going to go offlane. Everyone's been pool tangos. This is insane. There's just like pool tangos. I've not seen this many pool tangos ever. It's insane. Just bloody everywhere. I mean, Necro has 8 tangos. So this is an aggro dueling. Nature's Prophet Clockwork up against the AA Necro. Tanky Hero is going to run at them. Tanky Hero is going to piss them off. Tanky Hero is going to get up in their face and do tons of damage and nearly kill the AA. Null Talisman going to work. Oh yes. Necro AA can't do anything. Mid lane, Battle is here. Ember Spirit, Flame Guard's up. He's getting punched down. He tangos through a tree, but he's going to die. He's just being demolished. Oh, yeah. They touched him in his bad place. Tusk comes in and secures the first blood. AA is going to go, no, just go, okay. I didn't die, but he did. That's fine by me. What an amazing start to this game. This is bizarre. Now Ember, without Flame Guard for 10 seconds, might be dead again. The Tusk has just come in and found another kill. Is this really happening? Is this real life? He's got no fairy. He's gone. He's dead. He can't do anything. The Clockwork tried to TP, but they've already lost their lane. I can't do this anymore. There's just death everywhere. Ember's died twice.
Radiant's
Bottom
middle
lane just
tower
died.
is
Wait,
under
who
attack.
died bottom lane? Batrider killed the Lich. And then Lich and Weaver killed the Batrider, so probably more worth it there for the Weaver. 11 stick charges up. The Bat, what did you accomplish? You get back to a stack and maybe farm a couple of jungle camps. Oh, my bad. My bad, I forgot the overlay. I apologize, team. I do apologize. Oh god, look at this TP as well. He doesn't have treants to summon, but Clockwork is here to really secure that kill. I am kind of awestruck at this game and how it's developing. Bat against the Weaver, where the Bat is kind of winning. I guess you do have 15-1 charges, but they're popped immediately by the Weaver there. Very, very preemptively almost. Tusk is still sitting mid looking for this Ember Spirit who's been shut out. Not even level 3 yet. As Venno is closing in on that level 4 already. Top lane Necro found by the clock but trapped outside of the cogs. Not inside, as Clockwork denies as many as he can. So where is this Furion? He's staying in lane. He's buying his phase boots. Clockwork, this is a 4-all clock with a poor man's shield. Mid, Lich, he's coming to help the Ember Spirit, desperately needed, as the Weaver can probably deal with the Bat Rider alone. With these ice shards missing, they won't find themselves another kill.
I say no.
This is all looking a bit tragic for everyone involved. Veno 15 and 10, Ember Spirit 6 and 3, Bat Rider 10 and 0. He's farming nicely, I guess. No, he's not cleared a stack even, so he's got the stack to fall back on. But Weaver should be playing far more aggressively here, using the swarm, placing it on the Bat Rider, chasing him away. Bat Rider shouldn't be able to push these lanes so hard as he is. Top lane, AA dies. They try to get in onto the clock. One more hit. Is the Heartstopper Aura gonna kill ya? Is it gonna kill ya now? He just TP's out.
Haste.
Actually just gone. They don't get the kill. Tusk wanted to give it to the Necro, but Necro couldn't finish the job. Now Nature's Prophet arrives again. There's the Orb of Venom. Should have his phase boots coming soon. Weaver's going to go treads in this lane. Bat Rider's just dipped back into the jungle. What's he going to do? Come back over here and stack once more? Does he have time? He should have time to get over here and get one more stack off, but he'll probably just go back to base, right? How efficient are you, buddy? I'm not going to miss any kills for this, am I? Bat Rider, I'm watching you stack. It's very important. He's going to make it. That's perfect. Windlace boots. Gorgeous. Well done. Then he can go back home, heal up, farm the jungle caps. Then he's going to be like halfway towards drums, honestly. I don't have Sprout. All the cogs with a battery assault, though. This could be big. Ghost Shroud. Stick charges. Ice shards land. Necro pumps the damage back into the Clockwork, but the PMS is there, blocking all of these right clicks coming in. Tusk has to change targets. Focus down the Clockwork. A few more punches. Oh, the cogs again. He's not getting away this time. AA says no. Sit down. You're a bad boy. Do finally get the kill, but that's burnt so much of their resources. HP, mana, all gone down the drain for that one kill on Clockwork, who was playing aggressively into them. There's a very loud helicopter. Sod off. And Nature's Prophet is TP'd. He's TPing in to try and steal the rune. He's spotted out this nice little stack the Bat Rider's made for himself, and he will get the 6-minute bounty rune there.
The seeds of
Nice little steal. Veno, though, getting wrapped around on mid. Clockwork with the boots up, looking for a play, but he's been scouted in turn by the Bat Rider up on the high ground, and they will wrap in on him. Tusk is ready. Hogs, well, that's a cage of your own design, I believe. You trapped yourself in there with him, but he's trapped in there with you as well. Clockwork found by the Poison Nova, ulti expended by the Veno even, just to make sure that kill got done, dead, diddly. Clockwork's dead. That's what I wanted to say. My brain's lagging a little bit now. I do apologise. Weaver does get some free time on this tier 1 though. Bat Rider needs to get these stacks cleared before anyone comes in and tries to snipe them. Someone we haven't seen too much of is this Lich. He's kind of just been wandering from lane to lane, sacrificing here and there. Don't think he's been stacking too much though. Maybe they had a stack here and Ember's cleared it. Definitely something they need to do for the Ember Spirit to bring him back into this game is stack some camps so he can clear them with that magic damage. Smoke in from the Radiant here. Clockwork, Lich. Level 2 and a sacrifice. He's got the Frost Armor up and running. The trouble is, Nature's Prophet is already dead, and they've kind of walked into a killing zone here with the ultimate flying through Nature's Wrath. They get the kill on the AA, but they're going to lose their Lich here at the same time. That is almost a great ice shards there. Could have maybe trapped the Clockwork in that position where the creep is right now. Unfortunately, not quite aimed perfectly enough. What was that in the end? 200 gold for Bat, 200 for the Necro. As Bat Rider, TP down here to get another stack off. That should work, right? Nicely done. Medium camp stacked, large camp stacked. He's got some gold waiting for him, but this Invis rune taken by the Ember has an iron. This is how poorly your lane is going. You're a mid hero. I think about 2/3 of his creeps are jungle creeps. I honestly think about 20. Let's just say 20. 18 to 20 of those creeps are jungle creeps. Because he's been Iron Talon jungle. He's not been coming to lane. Interesting dire scan. Batrider seems a little bit afraid. As Necro has bought a Hand of Midas. I've not seen this in a long time. Right now, it's very common for safely Necro still just to go for the Veil, Force Staff, go for maybe a Yules, a Pipe, Greaves, Mech. All of these utility items are hugely core on Necro, but Hand of Midas here. Gonna give him the attack speed to go with that talent, the 40 damage at level 10. Also gonna try and boost him into that bigger next item, which after Hood could be a Radiance. I think Tread's Hood Radiance here seems pretty good, honestly.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, swapping around these lanes nicely as well. Venno dips back into the jungle. I think they gave AA mid lane. Yeah, they gave AA mid lane for a good minute and a half, trying to get him level 6, but now the jungle stacks are being taken. Tusk is a much safer hero to put there, and it's the 2 4-rolls that are just leeching experience mid. Tusk and Clockwork, we are mid heroes now. Bot lane, oh, Nature's Wrath. They've killed the Necro. He's gone. No longer exists, and this AA might be in trouble as well. The TP forward, Nature's Prophet wants the battle. Nice shards, lock in the Weaver, but it's not good enough. Even though he's trapped on the steps. Should be fine. Venno will go for the standard build though, treads into the Force Staff. No Hand of Midas for him, nothing out of the ordinary just yet. Could go back for the Hand of Midas after the Force though if he wants to really make use of that 30% XP gain talent at level 10. Things are just slowed down a little bit now. Everyone wants to farm their items. Bat has Tranquil's Drums heading to Blink. Still waiting to see what the Necro decides to buy though. I'm actually really interested.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Everyone else is just very passive, sitting behind their allies. Venno has 2 bodyguards. Batrider has the jungle to himself, no one's really contesting. But equally, you have to look at the Radiant team. Hand of Midas being built by the Furion. Weaver is heading into Deso, it looks like. Sorry, Diffusal Blade. That's the Blightstone, the casual one. Could think about maybe the Soul Crest, even just a casual medallion there. As it doesn't look like anyone on your team really has the resources to go for anything like that. So difficult to make a play though. Running into Plague Wards, running into a Tusk who can save someone. You don't have the initiation tools that you would like. Clockwork with level 6, that is an initiation tool. He is literally a tool. Let's go Clockwork. Who are you gonna go for? Who are you gonna grab? Tusk is going up onto high ground. Oh, nearly a 2-man cog. Ice Blast flies on in. Gonna catch the Clockwork, but it's just the raindrops that are popped there as Venno, caught by the Searing Chains, now dies to the Remnant forward. There's the Ember coming into play. All started off by the Clockwork hook shot, the rotation from the Weaver. This is going to be a cutoff though. Haste is stolen now by the Batrider. He has lasso, needs to get it off in time, but he's been chained up and now pushed away by the Cogs. They've saved the Ember Spirit here, but for how long? The lasso, he's going to throw it. There we go, in onto the Ember Spirit. The Chain Frost didn't bounce onto anyone. Was the Necro in fog? It looked like he was. The Reaper Sight lands on the Ember, clears him up. Easy peasy. Weaver scutters away. But that's going to be a decent team fight overall for the Dire team. And who did they lose? Oh, hello. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Is he dead? He's dead, right?
Got it.
Oh, super dead. That was a 6 snipe. snowball. Oh, ho, ho! Push them out the trees. That is annoying. Very, very annoying. It's fine. Tusk is a strong man. He'll be okay.
Radiant's
He'll
middle
get
tower
over
is under attack.
any problems that the world throws at him.
Radiant's middle
Clockwork
tower
denies the
has
mid
been
tower
denied.
though. But yeah, what was that fight? Batrider just sweeps in from the back. Necro's arrived, and in the end, you've killed off what? A Venno and a Tusk? Probably not worth it. They're losing your Ember Spirit. As net worth-wise, he's still middle of the table behind the Batrider, barely scraping away with any gold to his name. As here comes the snowball, ice shards. They are ready. The double hit, fairy fire. There's the shards. Ooh, ooh,
Radiant's
very
bottom
close to
tower is
dying
under
Tusk.
attack.
But had the death pulse there, it looked like, from Mr. Buddy, Mr. Friend, Mr. Necro.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So yeah, it was a full staff being built by the Necro there. Feeling they need the mobility to deal with his clockwork cogs. Also pretty good at getting away from chain frost bounces or out sprout. You know, there's lots of uses this game for four staffs. You can definitely understand why they'd go for two of them before Hood, before anything like that.
Never refuse.
Top lane's a pretty heavy push in coming from the Dire, from the Radiant team though. Dire only sending the Tusk there to defend, and that's all they need apparently. Spamming out sentries, keeping his map de-warded from Radiant scum. And here we go. Batrider blink with a smoke in hand. They're all grouping up down towards this southeastern
Radiant's
shrine.
bottom tower is under attack.
No Radiant Vision here either, so they can just go for an easy smoke play. Force Staff, is that? Yeah, Force Staff done. So they got Blink Bat, Force Necro. Someone gonna die tonight. Oh, do they hold the high ground? They don't. Ice Blast, where are you? Throw it out. Get it in there. Blast people down. Chain Frost flying out, but the Reaper side kills off the Weaver. Done and dusted. The fight is over. Ember killed the AA, but the Chain Frost is still bouncing between the Ancients. Necro has to go Shroud, Force Staff up to the high ground. Now the Clockwork. Oh, retreating out. Uses the Cogs. Remnant back in, but Ember blocked by the Cogs. The Shards. Everything's on his ramp. There are creeps blocking his way. The freaking Great Wall of China's in his way. Trump has built a wall that's in the way. There's everything just stopping the Ember from playing his game from the get-go. The Tusk has killed him twice. The Cogs have blocked him. The Shards have held him in. And this Ember just cannot catch a break no matter how well he plays. He just keeps on dying.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like the Dire might have this game in hand. Venno, Hurricane Pike is done. Diffusal Blade being built to purge the Flame Guard. Necro, it will be the Radiance, not the Pipe, not the Hood. Full staff into the Ratty. As Weaver is desperately struggling to get any form of itemization here. Hey, I guess he's gone slow and steady. He doesn't have that big item though, which makes his inventory look a little bit weak, but he's got Aquila, Treads, Wand, Blightstone and it's an expensive item. It is an expensive kind of sub-item, but he's also had Raindrops. And Diffusal Blade will only just be done now at like 17 minutes. It worked before. Let's go again. Weaver very sneakily skittering away. The scan in behind the tier 1 will reveal nobody in the smoke. Looks like he won't actually come to anything. We're even throwing rocket flares down here to try and scout people out, but they're still smoked up for what, 4 or 5 seconds. They'll be able to make their way back over to mid, maybe catch the Lich. Firefly, let's get going, let's get started. Tusk is running forward, he has the snowball, but in the back to Blink Lasso, Lich is caught. It's a meager target, but it's a kill nonetheless. That's gold in your pockets, that's a bit of regen. Out for your Necro, you didn't get the kill, but you'll kill off the creeps nearby. The Radiant seem at a loss of what to do. Ember needs farm. They need to get him into boots of travel. Looks like Lincoln Sphere is being picked up as well for him. Damage on the Weaver's done though. Diffusal Blade is ready. It's just Nature's Prophet still needs this this Orchid to actually do anything. Clockwork's had an amazing game so far, but if he gets found here, Tusk. Here we go. Snowball. Where are you? Holding on to it. Walrus Punch first. The Cog's pushing back. Still got the Snowball. Still got the Urn. In comes the Ice Blast with that big Venomous Gale. And, well, they tried to save the Venom, but the Snowball wasn't quite good enough. The two-man ulti will get them 1 kill. Over on the Clockwork as the Weaver did manage to get that time-lapse off just in time to get away from the damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Good pick there. The Radiant onto that Venomancer. Was a little bit lackluster from the Dire though, filtering in one by one. The Tusk was just collateral damage, trying to save the Veno and do as much damage as they could. Both of them were likely to die, so getting that 1 kill trade was very good for them. But, well, there's no trade here, is there? Clockwork is TP'd into certain death. They've got a Snowball. Can they save the AA? No, not quite, but they'll be able to kill the Clockwork, surely. The Snowball comes on forward. Flame Break is there. Walrus Punch continually cancelled out. The hook shot, it hits the bat, but he dies before it's pulled forward. So he actually doesn't get latched onto when there are no cogs. Now Blank Space Style comes on forward. Venomancer looking to play aggressively, but instead he sits around the Ancients and wants to farm these. This net worth lead is going to do nothing but rise for the Dire. 3k so far. 3 of the 3 top heroes, all red, all Dire. Force and Blink done for the Batrider now, so he's got that extra initiation range. Not just to jump forward, but to jump forward, then jump back. Double back on himself. Very important. Get them into that Reaper Scythe range, or even drag them into an Ice Blast. Or over some shards. Lots of nifty things you can do. But for now, I think the Dire, they've probably burnt out on these gank attempts. You've maybe got 1 smoke left. You can't really check anymore in the shop. You've got 1 smoke left on the AA. Maybe you have 1 more in the shop. But you want to hold that for when you have the Radiance on Necro. You'll defend this tier 1. You'll go for a Blink play here, but that's a Diffusal Blade. It has to force himself away. The Cog strapped inside a couple of people. This Veno and the Snowball from the Tusk is going to drag them forward, playing aggressively inside, but the force staff away. Veno's kept alive, Remnants forward, now looking for more, getting the kills onto the Venomancer. They've taken down the 1, they're looking for the 3rd. AA's dropping low, the Weaver wants to chase on forward. Looks like he'll get this kill as well with another Fusion Blade charge. The Reaper Scythe was used very early on there, a 3 for 2, as your mid laner and 2 supports got traded off for a support and an off laner, while Ember Spirit stays alive and continues farming. No Blink Lasso play from the bat. Very, very scrappy defense of that tier 1 by FTD. Keen Gaming take full advantage and exploit the weakness.
A golden thread.
Rocket Flare's just trying to scout anyone hiding around here as they've smoked up looking to hunt someone, and that someone is going to be the Venomancer again. Clockwork hooks in, and this should be an immediate death with the Chain Frost bouncing back in. It's Clockwork to secure it with a Rocket Flare. Batrider, he's found the Nature's Prophet. But with this TP coming in, oh nice, they kill off the creeps. There is no more TP. Weaver arrives. Ember, same story. Into the Batrider. Looking for the 1-for-1 here. That's overall a 2-for-1. Nature's Prophet gives his life for the Bat and the Veno. Well worth it if they can convert this into a tier 2. Yeah, give me more money. Not much they can do against this Weaver and this Ember. They are so mobile that the lack of stuns from the Dire team is starting to become very apparent. The Ember Spirit going for that defensive tool now. We mentioned the Lincolns earlier. After for the Veil and the Boots of Travel to give him that nuke damage power, the creep wave clearing ability, and just the ability to be anywhere on the map really with bots and remnants.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Definitely a much slower paced game here though. No more of that nonsense shenanigans. A few little scrappy fights, but nothing near as bad as game number 1. Currently we are 1-0 in favour of FTD. Keen Gaming are behind a game in this best of 3, and they've got 2 games to try and catch up and overtake to win it. Ember Spirit might be the guy to do it. He does become an absolute monster, but this game could end very, very quickly. The team fight, the proxy push through the plague wards here from the Dire team, very, very potent if they can get themselves set up. But Venomancer's still farming. He wants this Diffusal Blade before he fights, and he's going to have to get it soon because his team, they are shoving top tier 1.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, they're not going to defend their tier 2 bottom lane, it doesn't look like.
Dire's bottom
TP's
tower
come
is
through
under
now, but tier 2's already gone. Clockwork was holding the line as well, so that's tier 1. The Dire have taken top lane. Diffusal Blade finally farmed though by the Venomancer, so he has his item. Finally has his item. That Clockwork Rocket Flare though flies straight over his head. Blink Lasso, who have they found? It's the Weaver. He has a time lapse. No, he doesn't. He's just dead. It wasn't cooldown as well. Chain Frost is annoying. Batrider tries to use it to his advantage to try and clear a creep wave. Creep camp even. Right, Necro Radiance. Diffusal Veno. It's time to go, boys. Oh, do they want to wait for the BK? They might want to wait for the BKB on Batrider. Necrophos, he pushes up very aggressively here with his Radiance. He's got some serious stones on him to walk that far up against Ember. Clockwork. Hookshot not going to latch. Fortunately here for the Necrophos. I'm just trying to secure farm for their cause at this point. Very, very poor AA. Nature's Prophet has Shadowblade Orchid. This could prove to be a sticking point in these fights if the Prophet can TP into the back and maybe find the AA, or even just silence the Necro so we can't use Ghost Shroud. So we are running out of Diffusal Blades, or the charges of them, for the Weaver. Gonna have to buy a new one soon. Lincoln Sphere is of course on top priority for Reaper Scythe and the Lasso from Batrider. To get rid of that Ghost Shroud, they're gonna need Diffusal Blades. They're gonna need them. Oh, blue player, where are you going? You're walking into dead. You are dead. Shadow Amulet spam. Oh. Oh, he actually bought a Glimmer. Clever boy. The Lich did not walk into death. He also didn't get his ward down though, unfortunately. And the rest of the Dire team, they're spotted. This little incursion into the Radiant jungle. Not placing any fresh wards, still that one down from earlier on. They've got Plague wards up at the very least. There we go. There's the deep ward we're looking for. But it's the mirroring effect. Radiant farm Dire jungle, Dire farm Radiant jungle. And then what? Do you push tier 2s and trade? Do you TP back to defend? Necro's here. He's ready to go, but he's getting jumped on. He's got a 4-staff, he's got a BKB. He's actually going to be okay for a little while. As long as he can get his no, he can't Ghost Shroud. He can't, he's BKB'd. Oh, he made a mistake there. Either he needs to BKB early and run, or he needs to Ghost Shroud, heal, and then BKB and run. The rest of his team's coming into fight. Blink Blast onto the Clockwork. This is very, very risky. Oh, FTD snowballing in, playing aggressively. Here the Tusk finds the Weaver, but the Weaver's also in turn found him, turns around and kills him off, and now the AA's in trouble. Ember Spirit, no remnants remaining, but he's still got Sleight of Fist in a couple of seconds. They're looking for the Batrider, but they've killed off the AA with the Swarm already, and triple kill for the Weaver. Looking for more. Is there any? No, they've killed them all. 4 heroes dead. Dire team get absolutely screwed by their tier 2. A failed defense. And honestly, just a monumental cock-up to even think about going in there with Necro dying so quickly. That's a lane of racks.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
That's a full lane of racks from one mistake.
Dire's top barracks.
I guess it was more of a series of mistakes, but the one key mistake that kicked it all off was that Necro just getting slaughtered.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
One misread, one mistake, and that can cost you a full lane of barracks. Oh, Dire team, what do you do to remedy this?
Invisibility.
I don't even know if making a smoke
Dire's
play is
top
going to
shrine is
work.
under attack.
I mean, they'll need Batrider to be alive to begin with. 10 seconds until he's up, so that's going to be the starting point for any move they make, is they need Lasso.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
A little bit of anti-synergy there between Ghost Shroud and BKB. And then you're going to see a Fury in BKB.
Dire's top
Maelstrom
shrine
is
under
done now
attack.
for this Ember, so he's outputting even more magical damage. And the Weaver did finish off the Diffuser 2 for those charges for the Ghost Shroud. Not sure if they'll need them after they saw what happened top lane, but I doubt that will happen again. Weaver denies the Illusion Rune. It gets glimmered out. Very nicely done.
Dire's top shrine is under attack. Dire's top shrine has fallen.
To Roshan they head. Treants are scouting over to the east. One by one they will fall. These are the last bastions of defense for the Roshan pit for the Radiant team as the Ice Blast clips a Treant and nothing more. They can't really go any further forward. Bot lane's being pushed in by Ember Spirit and he can join the fight at the drop of a hat. FTD trying to pressure forward, but the Firefly was scouted by the Rocket Flare. Moving on up, looking for the Ember Spirit. He's got Lincolns, so you need to Blink, Force, Lasso, and then
Radiant's middle
walk
tower
him
is
back
under
into your
attack.
team, which really is not a possibility. Venomancer, dear lord, has a halberd now all of a sudden.
Tower is under attack.
Going to be very good at popping these Lincoln Spheres. That's pretty much all he's bought it for, is to pop Lincolns. And of course, it's very good for the evasion against the Weaver, but going to be a Lincoln's popper. Also tanks him up nicely. Evasion, strength. And another slow through the lesser maim effect. Adding on to Poison Sting and a Venomous Gale. And a Poison... Yeah, he didn't need any more slows. I don't know about buying... Yeah,
Dire's bottom shrine
I think he
is
has
under
enough, to be
attack.
honest. Halberd's cheap, good, easy to build up into. Another sick Rocket Flare. Scouts them, cancels blinks, does the whole job. Clockwork is just this one-man battle plan. Tin Man. Poor guy trapped in a suit.
Double damage. Rack it on.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Oh. This is like some Dynasty Warriors shit. These are all the little pleb peasants fighting with their little like forks and stuff. And this guy is, you know, Luo Bo or Sao Sao or something. He just comes in and slaughters them all. Liu Bei, not Luo Bo. What the fuck am I talking about? Just peons against peons. In comes some more. Oh, Ember's joining. Okay, this is Sao Sao. This is Sao Sao. This is Liu Bei. In they come. Oh, who's arriving? I don't know any. I can't remember any names of the Dynasty Warriors now. I've forgotten them all. It's been so long since I've played them. Well, they're into the Roshan pit, down to a third HP, and with a Deso from the Weaver, they're clearing through it so quickly as well. Necro rooted mid, he's being jumped on by the Ember. Roshan falls, Aegis in the hands of the Weaver, the Dire. Do they fight, do they run? They're fighting, they're running in. They're running into the enemy, they've lassoed the Native Prophet. There's his turn change, BKB from the Necro. They need to rip aside, someone right now. It's the clockwork, do you aim him? You do, even with the Glimmer Cape on and you finish him off. Weaver chasing into the AA, finished off, cleared up easily. Now you've got some more Death Pulses to go, the clockwork buys back. But the Dire team, they're in a decent position here to just continue this fight, keep it on rolling. But the trouble is, their Venno needs to be forced out. That ready from the back, gets the Venno to the high ground, but he's silenced the freaking Necro. He can't go straight, he can't BKB, and he dies. He can do nothing but die. They've got another Diffusal Blade charge here onto the Venomancer, chased down behind his tier 2. The TP forward is coming in from the Prophet. They're going to find the Venno, another kill. The buyback from the Necro comes and TPs to the tier 2. Maybe this is okay for the Dire. With his buyback, they'll get the kill on the Furion. And they keep the Venno alive, it looks like, some way, somehow. Give me that fight recap. I want to see what happened, Valve. So buyback on the Necro, buyback on Clockwork, 4 dead, 3 dead. Did Aegis go? Aegis is gone. That's a sick fight for the Dire then. 1 buyback is all it took, and like, Necro didn't need to buy back. You know, the buyback was good regardless. Batrider still finished off the Nature's Prophet, now has a gem. Bot lane, Venomancer, why are you here? Clockwork, why are you here? That's a sick force staff. I don't know who did that, but it saved the Clockwork. I don't think it was the Weaver. Was it Clockwork himself? It was Clockwork himself. He's got pipe and force staff. Nice, nice, nice. And it's going to be the clock that goes for the pipe. Which I was talking about earlier in the draft. They didn't really have a natural pipe carrier, except maybe the clock if he gets enough farm. And, well, farm he has. Okay, FTD. Your Venom's dead for 35. Keen Gaming are just going to slaughter your AA before you can even react to Snowball forward. This is going to be disastrous. They've got the Clockwork ready to go. The shards are there. The Ice Blast lands, but down they fall. 1 by 1. FTD getting slammed. The lasso there with a blink from the back. Now the Ripple side comes on through, but it's not enough damage just yet. They haven't killed off the Prophet. He turns and fights. They kill them off. That's it. It's game. There's no way you can come back from this. There is absolutely no way that the Radiant can throw this game. 29 to 28. 12k lead. 36 minutes in. 1 lane of racks ahead. Looking to be 2. Venomancer has to come in and kill absolutely everyone. Gale misses. And they have pipe. Decent damage there. Onto the Ember, now back to the Clockwork with the Diffusal Blade. And popping him low. But that's melee rack's gone from mid. Oh, he wants to blink lasso. Oh god, Shadowblade's there. The sentry's down. He's been diffused up. Gale misses again from the Venno. Completely off the mark so far as this Ice Blast. Slightly too far southeast. If that had caught onto the Weaver, it would have killed him. If that had caught onto the Ember, maybe. They slow him down long enough to catch with the Bat and the Venno. But they get nothing. Good day, sir.
For the dead.
FTD not going to give up just yet. They will respawn. Everyone in 30 seconds is going to be alive. Look at this Lich though. Glimmer Force. Got Deso. Wait. Que pasa? Oh, poor little AA. AA was just trying to ward and de-ward, my dude. And then you come and slay him like this? That is very, very naughty.
The seeds of fortune.
Jackpot.
Well, the Radiant just want to close this one out. Nature's Prophet has the TP ready at his fingertips. Dire team need an absolute miracle. They need Santa Claus and everyone else, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, whatever, to come flapping down and, I don't know, gift them a rapier onto the freaking Venno or something. But even that, I don't know if it's going to be enough, because Venno needs BKB pretty desperately. Go for an aggro smoke play. You know you want to. Just have to keep these waves cleared out though. Treants are being spammed and pushed in. Clockwork lines up the hook shot. Venomancer out in the open. Doesn't get scouted by the rocket though. Sits a little bit further back. They're actually making a move outside of their base. Batrider, I don't know if he's looking for sentries or wards. But he did just poke his head down the ramp as Venom does the same. Just edging out of their base. Little by little, playing pretty timidly though. As both of their shrines have already been destroyed. 2 melee racks down, and here we go. In onto the Venom, pushing back into your team. The Swarm. The damage output is ridiculous. Chain Frost, they forced him back into themselves. Bounces a couple of times more until the shrine is popped, and that will be the end of that. Keen, of course, don't want to throw anything away. They do not have the 1-game leeway that FTD have. Winning this means they tie it all up and it goes down to a best of 1. But FTD, they are not giving up. Shiver's Guard is nearly here on the Necro. It must be a big item that we're waiting for here. Ags, Batriders are a fair distance away. 3k gold saved up on the Venno, who has bots and treads. And he doesn't really have anything to his name. Item-wise, that's going to be outstanding, I don't feel. As the Radiant team just keep on pushing. They're ready to go here with another hook shot. And they'll get the Necro, pushing back with the Cogs. Here's the Frost Blast, but they don't have the Chain Frost. They do, actually. It's come off cooldown. There's the BKB from Necro. He's got no Ghost Shroud, and he's got no regeneration. The Ice Blast will come in. It'll land on a couple of people here. The Nature's Prophet is one of them. Weaver, same story. That's the Shatter effect on him, but they've BKB'd and they've TP'd away. Everyone's fine. GG's called. That's it. It's literally over. Game number 2 goes the way of Keen Gaming, and we're going to go to a game number 3.
Radiant.
That was such a huge difference from game number 1. I'm still like wrapping my head around the disparity in drafting and playstyle there from both teams. Keen Gaming didn't throw, and For the Dream didn't kill anyone really. That was interesting. Not sure about this. Not sure about this. Started very well. Tusk was owning, but it felt like they kind of just stopped, not stopped caring, but they felt they had it in the bag. They were farming well. They had these big items coming up. Radiant's Necro hits. Then, what was it, like 3 or 4 team fights chained together in a row where Ember comes in, kills a couple. Like, look at this Ember. He started 0-4, right? Or 0-3. And he comes out 10-4 and 13. Just a couple of good fights here and there. That's all they needed. And they defeat For the Dream. who honestly didn't have that much scaling. You know, you look at Necro, Veno, the two big cores there, Batrider, none of them scale really well with their skill sets. All about the items you build, and that Halberd from Veno, sure, maybe popped a couple of Lincolns here and there, but didn't help so much in the grand scheme of things. And there you can see that kind of turning point as it comes around to here, as the lead was being gained by For the Dream, and then snap, team fight win, team fight win, team fight win, and then the game pretty much ends. Game 3 coming up. We'll take a short break. See you in a little bit.